Bun B, the Trill OG, is a southern rap legend hailing from Port Arthur, Texas. Whether we talk about his iconic work with Pimp C and the classics that they have together or his solo catalog, Bun B is very much a part of southern rap royalty. Now, Bun B has once again linked with the well-respected Brooklyn producer Statik Selektah, who has had a solid year in terms of his own production and contributions. Statik is the guy you go to if you want that plush, jazzy, boom bap sound. Now, earlier in the year, Bun had released a dope project with Corey Mo entitled Mo Trill, as well as launching Trill Burger. So he's had a pretty active year. But this new project, TrillStatik 2, is the sequel to their 2019 effort. Both were recorded live in real time. TrillStatik 2 was actually recorded at Sweet Chick's restaurant in NYC over the course of 12 hours. It contains 10 tracks lasting approximately 30 minutes. But with that being said, let me go ahead and just hit y'all with this track by track breakdown. The opener, Right Back At It, has punchy drums and prominent horns. Bun has this commanding presence on the mic, letting us know that the duo is back at it. It's a Port Arthur, Texas to Beantown thing. Now, it's just one verse with Bun speaking on some grown man BI, but overall a solid way to set this off. Track 2, Building Bridges with Paul Wall and Terminology, is built around a lush jazz sample and scratching. I do like the smooth trumpets, and both Paul Wall and Terminology deliver some tight rhymes. And the two also dropped a project earlier in the year that I would recommend checking out. The following, In My Hand with Big Crit and Cal Wayne, is backed by a syrupy soul sample. Big Crit does bring his southern charm as expected, giving Bun B his flowers throughout, which makes sense considering that he learned that shit from Texas. Bun had a solid verse as well, reminding folks that the hands of God will still bless them. I also dug Cal Wayne's performance as he brought that signature Houston sound to the record. Track 4, We Live with Dave East and Janelle, is a dedication record to Hovain, who recently passed, so RIP to the music manager, Hovain Hilton. But this contained another attractive soul instrumental, and I particularly dug the vocal sample that was really alluring. Dave East did his thing with some clever name drops, and Janelle provided the soothing hook. Next is Devastating with Styles P and Propane, a rapper out of Houston. Here we get this nocturnal jazz loop and the Devastating and Warning vocal sample, which are both from Ronnie G's Raptivity from 1980. So I love the creative old school sample choice that Statik used. Styles P reminds us, way before Juice, I was fucking with Juice, 40 below, Deuce, nickel up in the boots. Bun B came through with some menacing lines, but it was Propane who I feel really killed it, bringing his hard, raspy voice to this smooth head nodding beat. And I liked when Propane linked with Statik in the past as well. Afterwards is Every Hour with Nems and Papoose. They do pick up the pace with this animated and punchy soul production. We get an aggressive and lively verse from Gorilla Nems, the Coney Island representative. Bun B does say some funny things about Nems being this crazy, disrespectful figure after his verse. Then Bun B does more tough talking, but I would give the best verse to Papoose, who most definitely goes off. He states, "Stop going live for your location, they can see you. The murderers, they gonna pull up and leave you. The grand pay you to go live, don't let them deceive you. Pay attention, cause love spelled backwards is evil." As a whole, dope track. I dug everyone's energy and the unique sample. Immediately after is Only Life I Know with Flea Lord, Smoke DZA, and Haley Supreme. I would view it as one of the standouts. Bun has some wise words. "I know killers that read books that snatch your soul with no looks. I seen bosses cut their work to build $1 million team and lose it all to lazy phone work." So just another reminder that if you are making moves in the streets, you should stay off the phones, but if you need to use them, you gotta switch them up constantly. I thought Smoke DZA gave a sharp and witty verse. Some lines that stood out were, "Got me looking at the money with the Charleston white eye," and I got a Taurus that wasn't born in May, legal concealed burner. 50K could be the real murder, but this ain't beef, it's a trill burger. And Flea Lord came through with a grimy verse, as expected. In addition, Haley Supreme's vocals at the end felt a little more twangy and Pimp C inspired, which was a nice touch. Track 8 is Acetone with Bodie James. The two dropped dope rhymes over a playful piano and gospel chop. Bodie states, still cook up with a wire and a coat hanger. I'm a throwback. Bun gave us more tough talk and a rest in peace shout out to the legendary K-Slick. The second to last track is Ain't No Tellin' with 38 Spec, Graph, and Highly Supreme. It's backed by a mellow, soulful beat. Bun speaks on disloyalty and heartache, but also pushing forward and staying 10 toes down. 38 had a solid verse as anticipated, and Graph had a few clever lines like, I took a brick and I turned it into my kids' tuition fund. Then the project comes to a close with There Comes the Time, which has some spoken word from the actor Armand Assante, which I gotta admit, I didn't see coming. Most likely remember Armand Assante for his role as John Gotti in that, I think it was 1996 movie, but not once did I, anticipate him on a Bun B track using the word trill multiple times. Bun then closes out the remainder of the track, shouting out all the MCs and guests who traveled all over the map to record this live album in under 12 hours. Overall, I would give this project a rating of a strong 3.5 mics. I think it was a cool little project for Bun and company to close out 2022. I did enjoy the production here a little more than I did on their 2019 effort, although that wasn't bad. And Bun's flow here appeared a little more agile as well. The production was lively, smooth, and upbeat throughout, blending a nice mix of jazz and soulful boom bap, and the guests brought enthusiasm as well. So at the end of the day, it was a fun and feel good kind of listen that I had no issues with. My favorite tracks include Building Bridges, In My Hand, Devastating, Every Hour, Only Life I Know, and Ain't No Telling. Let me know what you thought about this album in the comment section. It's your boy Mixtape Month. I'm signing out, but be sure to hit that like button and please subscribe. As always, it's peace and blessings. Bun B, Statik Selektah, TrillStatik 1.